Hi, it's me, and this is my Canadian friend Victoria. So, if you're wondering, oh, your hair looks different. Yes, it does.
Different.
She gave me a little trim. She cut her own hair too. But you didn't see her before, so you have no idea. The first question was from Ion. He said he wants to see the surrounding countryside. You know what? I live in the countryside, so here's a clip. Teach me French is what Maddie says. Okay, well, Maddie, you already know French, so I'm just gonna tell you that here I really thought that people said ooh la la, but they don't.
They do.
They do like. And I was in the car, and there was like a bunch of traffic, and my counselor was like, oh la 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 la, and like she actually added that many laws. But I hear a lot of people say ooh la, like,
Ooh la, yeah.
just ooh la.
Yeah, it's like if you like hurt yourself, you're like ooh la.
Or like you see like a car that like got smashed in, so it's like really bent up. People are like, ooh.
And they do this with their hands if something's like
yikes.
like yeah, it's like yikes, but
Claire Sand, love ya, says, how does the education system there differ from what we experienced here? Well, every Wednesday we finish at noon, and then like you'll have random breaks during the day,
like 4 hours,
like 4 hours of nothing, yeah. And then there's like Q1 and Q2, and then there's like group 1 and group 2.
Like you have one class that has the entire same schedule, like one class of people, but you're divided in half. So you have the same piece of paper, like physical schedule, but your two schedules are completely different, and you have to decipher in that one schedule which half of this one group of people. It's just bizarre.
And then when you have a test, sometimes that test is in a different classroom and nobody tells you.
Nobody tells you.
So you just don't take
Sometimes
the test.
The class starts at 9 a.m., but if you're not there by 8:55, your teacher is like furious with you, and
and you can't come in.
Yeah.
My mom says, what friends think about the United States? Okay, so I asked them and I didn't get a lot of responses, but here are
I think the Americans are really nice, and they are really beautiful. They are a beautiful school. They are really happy every day.
I love America because it's a country full of surprise, because I'm in love with American food and with Tim Burke. And I think that American people are nice, and for the big part of them, they're clever because they invented things like Facebook and Apple.
I love American, and I love American boys. They are so cute and beautiful. And I love American school because they have bal promo.
Michael says, how prevalent is anti-Semitism, and do you experience such in everyday life? Okay, so I have been to 2 services since I've been here, and actually there was like 2 army men outside with machine guns and like a gate and radio presence. You have to buzz in and like go in, so it's like really protected, the synagogues, because in 2012 there was like a shooting at a Jewish day school. So there's definitely anti-Semitism, but like the people here, like people at school, nobody's like anti-Semitic. They're actually like, the French are like really open, like accepting.
Yeah, they're
really
not very
accepting.
judgmental about that kind of.
Ellie says she wants to know about like the school and food places and stores, and are they the same as the US, and my daily routine, and how I get to school. Okay, I get to school by taking the bus for 40 minutes, then I get on the metro, and then I walk for 10 minutes. So like it's a trek for me. Food places, they have McDonald's, obviously. They have a lot of like American things like Pizza Hut.
The first time that somebody said McDonald's to me here, I didn't understand what they were saying. They asked me if I've ever had McDo, and I had no idea what they were talking about. I was like, no, we don't have that in Canada. And they were like, you don't have McDo in Canada? And I was like, spell it? And then they did, and I was like, of course I know what you're, yes, of course I've had McDonald's before, what are you saying?
But here, it's really expensive, and the thing is, like, I know in America, I don't know about Canada, the point of McDonald's is it's cheap.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. But here, it's like a luxury. People are like, I'm going to McDonald's.
Yeah. Yesterday, I bumped into a guy from my school in the street, and he was like, we're getting McDonald's today because it's the first day of vacation. And I was like, I've had McDonald's 3 times this week.
Okay.
That's why they're all so skinny here.
And then like stores, there's like Zara, H&M, Sephora, all that kind of stuff. But
There's
it's
a lot of local boutiques though.
yeah, but it's also weird because like random things here are like way cheaper than they are back home, but then other random things are way more expensive. Like everything at Sephora is just way too expensive. Don't even bother going. But then like you can buy a pair of jeans here for like $15
Yeah.
and that's the regular price. But like back home, the cheapest pair you could find is probably like $40. Are the dogs better over here? Asked Michael. Yes. No. I find that they're kind of uglier here, not gonna lie.
I see a lot of cute dogs.
I've seen one cute dog, but they're all really well trained. Like, none of them are on leashes ever. There's just like homeless people with their dogs sitting next to them, or like just someone walking and their dog's like walking next to them, just chilling.
I don't know about America, but that's illegal. It's illegal to have dogs off leashes just in the streets in Canada.
It's not illegal in America.
It's illegal.
That one
I
time
haven't
we saw
seen any
that
poodles,
dog,
though.
like, I haven't seen poodles either. I saw a really cute golden retriever. Megan says, what's the strangest thing you've experienced here but have not in the U.S.? I don't know. I think it's just like, okay, I didn't realize how nice and welcoming people were in the United States until like I came here. Like, not to say that the people aren't nice here, but it's just like they don't give off this really warm feeling when you first meet them.
Yeah, they're reputably cold here.
Yeah. I could just like stop someone in the street back home and be like, oh, hey, like, I'm really lost. Could you please help me? But here, like, you can't really do that. And one time I was getting on the bus and my bus card didn't work and I had no idea what was going on. And so I said to the bus driver, like, I don't know what's happening. And she was just like, well, I don't either. Like, too bad. And so I was like, are there any / a lot of American music or shows on radio or TV? All they listen to is American music. That's like it.
There's a bit of French rap, but they listen to so much American. They watch exclusively American TV.
And a lot of people, they watch the American TV in English with French
just,
subtitles because they think it's better.
Yeah, and they think it's like really cool and stylish and fun that like they're watching English TV and that we understand.
Okay, now some stories. So, that English guy who was in my class, I was like, oh,
I'm getting pretty uncomfortable in this chair.
okay, we're like sharing one chair because I only have one. English kid who was in my class, he just didn't show up to school for like 3 weeks. I thought he just quit the school. And so I was about to make a YouTube video and be like, hey, guess what? This guy doesn't go to the school anymore. But I was wrong because he just showed back up at school and I was so confused.
He went on vacation.
I don't know. He just came back and he like refuses to talk to me. And okay, so we were in my economics class and we have assigned seats and his is right next to me in the front because I think it's by last name. And he tries to sit in some seat like at the back of the classroom. And so then the teacher goes, Ryan, sit in your assigned seat. And he goes, but why can't I sit back here? But actually he was speaking in French, so he didn't he didn't have an accent. He was like, why can't I sit back here? And the teacher was like, because I am the professor and you are the student. You are not my colleague. I get to choose where you sit. And then she goes, it is either there or outside. And he goes, I prefer outside. And he takes his briefcase and walks outside. She's like, all right, have a good day. Goodbye. And he just left.
I have this really ruthless girl in my class who does that all of the time. We'll be in gym and she'll just stop running. And the teacher will be like, Laura, you have to keep running. She'll be like, no, not today.
Okay, I hope that people in my class do not watch this or understand what I'm about to say. Because it's really funny, in my opinion, but other people might not think that it's funny. Okay, so we have this thing called, like, delegates of the class, and it's kind of like class president, but it's not like class as in your entire grade. It's like your class. And so we have 2 delegates and then 2 like vice presidents basically, and you have to like run with your running mate. And yeah, you're supposed to like be able to go to the delegates if you want them to like ask the teacher a question for you. You're too shy, like you have any problems, you're absent, you need the papers, blah blah blah. And so my friend dared me to run for delegate of the class, but to run, you have to have a running mate, which I didn't have. And you also
have to speak French.
Well, you have to go up in front of the class and like say something. And for a little bit, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. This will be hilarious. Like, I'm just gonna say whatever. But then the teachers, like, my principal teacher is really mean. So I was like, I can't do this. She's gonna be like, Mara, you can't run. Like, so I didn't run. I was like, I can't do this. I chickened out. I wasn't gonna give my speech in front of the class. And so, but then my friend, I was like, vote for me anyway. And she was like, no, you vote for you. And I was like, okay. And it, like, we didn't have a ballot or anything. She just gave us a pink piece of paper, and you write down the 2 names of the delegates that you want, and then like it's just assumed that you're voting for their VP or whatever. And so like I wrote my name and then someone else's name, and I wrote it in a handwriting that was not mine because I knew the teacher was gonna look at it and like I could not have her thinking that it was me. And so I voted for myself. And so then immediately, once everyone is done, she collects the papers, and she, like, people are pulling them out and reading them out loud and putting the tallies on the board. And I was like, oh God, they're gonna read my name. And so the person takes it out.
So you're like thinking about how to fake like you're
And
embarrassed.
she looks at it, and then she looks at the board because my name's not on the board, and she was like, Mara? And she looks at the teacher, and the teacher is like, this one doesn't count at all. But they were like, but madame, what about the other name that was on there? And she was like, no, this person wanted to treat it like a joke, so their vote doesn't count at all. And so my vote was just like null and void. But like the whole time I was like trying to make sure that people didn't think it was me, so I was like, who voted for me? And I was like making this face the whole time, like trying to look confused, but like it was me. So I really hope that people in the class do not find out.
I hope they saw through it immediately. I thought that your acting skills were horrible, and that they saw through you, and everyone in your class thinks that you're a freak.
I feel like also some people in my class just think it's funny to talk to me because I'm American.
Yeah.
So like they're having a heyday just like saying random things to me.
Get
Okay,
out.
we're getting a snack, so bye. Thanks for watching.